Today we looked at some situations which can form parabolas when we graph them. One of those situations most commonly is something being thrown from a high distance because gravity takes effect and starts pulling the object faster and faster when it's in a free fall. So if I were at a high height, let's say, 500 feet off the ground, and I throw a ball, it's going to take a shape like this until it hits the ground. Okay? If we kept that going, we'd end up with a parabolic shape. And so what that means is it looks like that. Something that kind of looks like an arch. We'll get into more of what the definition of a parabola is, but the important part is that you know what it looks like and what kind of situations might create parabolas. So for homework, you have a problem similar to this. It says if I jump 3 times, let's graph your distance versus time. So let me set up a graph real quick. And I'm going to just graph one jump. And maybe you can make your own assumptions about how long it takes you to jump. I think that when I take a jump, it takes me about a second. So I'm going to make my graph go by half seconds. Okay, so my x-axis will be my time in seconds, and my y-axis is going to be my height from the ground. And I'm going to say that I don't jump very high. Maybe I can jump 1.5 feet. So again, I'll go by half feet. And when I jump, I push off with my toes, so I push a little bit forward, and I might land on the ground. I might land on the ground forward of where I am. So when I push off, I'm not going fast at all. I'm not changing height. Once I am at the peak of my height, I'm going to rapidly start falling back down, and I will go a little bit slower at the top and faster towards the time I hit the ground. So if it takes me about a half second to jump, it might look something like this. I start out, I didn't jump yet. At 1 second time, I'm going to jump. I'm going to hit the top of my jump, turn around, come back down, and then hit the ground again. So that might be a graph of what one jump looks like for me. Maybe about 1.5 feet off the ground if I really try. And it forms somewhat of a parabola. So you make your assumption about how high you can jump, how long it takes you to jump, and sketch something similar to this if you were to jump 3 times. Keep in mind that you have to have some kind of pause in between where you're going to hit the ground and stay on the ground.